Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. This is my Taurus Raging Hunter 460. Has the 6 3/4 inch barrel and of course chambered for the 460 Smith & Wesson cartridge. This is some Underwood loaded ammunition. It is a 300 grain Hornady XTP jacketed hollow point rated at 1750 feet per second at the muzzle, and that's about 2040 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. So I've set some water jugs up at 100 yards, and I'm going to try to catch one of these bullets in those water jugs, at least make an attempt at it. So I've got 7 water jugs here lined up in a row. I'm hoping 7 is enough. This bullet actually has the potential to go through all 7 of these jugs, so I'm hoping this is enough to catch it. If not, it should still be fun to give this a try. I only had these 7 jugs, so we'll just have to see. Even at 100 yards away, my ballistics chart tells me that that bullet is still going to be traveling somewhere around 1,429 feet per second, and that still comes to 1,361 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, so this revolver is zeroed at 50 yards, so I need to shoot it at 100 yards before I try to shoot those water jugs, just to see what my holdover needs to be. I've got a steel target sitting right there. It is exactly 100 yards away from me. So I'm going to put a couple of rounds on it, maybe 3 rounds, just to see where I need to hold over the water jugs. So that's 3 shots. Go down here and take a look, see what kind of drop I had. All right, so got 2 right there together and one about 9 inches low. Probably what happened was that's my first time shooting this revolver today. So after that first shot, that thing has a lot of recoil. So I probably anticipated that recoil a little bit, dipped my barrel, and sent that one low. Now, we are at 100 yards, so that's still very good shooting for offhand shooting at 100 yards. But that's probably what happened there. Because on my third shot, I resettled and put it right beside the first one. Now, I was aiming right at the center of the target here, so even with that big, fat, heavy 300 grain bullet, it only dropped about 3 inches or so, so my holdover is going to be minimal. All right, so my water jugs are right there at 100 yards. This obviously requires some skill, but there's no denying that I'm going to need some luck as well, because I'll have to hit those water jugs square in order to catch that bullet, or it'll just go through 1 or 2 water jugs and veer out one side or the other. Definitely hit them. I don't know how square I hit them, but I definitely hit them. Definitely hit them. I don't know how square I hit them, but I definitely hit them. Okay, so I already came down here and looked for the bullet, and I did find it, but not in the way I expected. First, let's look at this. I had 7 gallon jugs of water sitting here, and look at the energy that has been dumped here. Here's one jug. There's a lid. Here's a lid way over here about 10 feet away. And way over here, about 15 feet away, is part of that first jug. And if we start looking, of course it destroyed the first few jugs there. There's the first one, second one. And the third one here. The third one does have some copper jacket in it. And there's a piece of copper jacket laying here, so we know the jacket did have some, or there's another piece, did have some separation. There's 4 pieces of the jacket, the copper jacket. Here's jug number 4. Looks like piece of lead. Jug number 5. I don't see anything in jug number 5. Jug number 6 through and through. I don't see any jacket or lead in jug number 6. And jug number 7, it just bumped it. So the bullet was going to the left as it was traveling down these water jugs. And when it got to number 7, it just bumped off the side of it. So I took a look at that slow motion footage that I had captured, and I could actually see that bullet come off these water jugs, and I could tell that it didn't go far because it didn't have a whole lot of energy left. It wasn't traveling very fast. So I came down here and put my little metal detector pointer there that I use when I'm metal detecting. I taped it onto this biker stick and stomped around the weeds back here until I found it. It was about 20 feet back there in the weeds, and I am shooting into a backstop. It is just on the other side of those trees. But I probed and probed around back there until finally I found my bullet. So here's a look at that. Now, obviously, it did have some fragmentation there, but overall, it held together really well. I was actually surprised at how well it held together. Now, I didn't capture the bullet or recover the bullet in the way that I had hoped, but I did recover the bullet, and that's always a win. So some of you guys might ask, since this video didn't go the way I planned, why would I even fool with posting it? Well, I think it's still beneficial. It still shows the awesome power of the 460 Smith & Wesson and the great construction of this Hornady XTP Magnum bullet. The only pieces that broke off were the pieces of the pre-fractured hollow point. If we look at one of the unfired bullets, you can see how it's kind of pre-fractured there at the end. Those are the only things that broke off, and we did lose one little bitty piece of lead there, but everything from the bullet cantilever back is in perfect condition, only marked by the rifling of the barrel itself. So I'm really impressed with those bullets. I've always liked the Hornady XTP bullets. You guys have seen me test them many times here on the channel, and this is why. Just very well made. But that's really all I got for today. Just a short, fun video for you guys. Remember, if anyone asks you to give up a little of your freedom for the greater good, that freedom is the greater good. And I'll talk with y'all again soon.